Reply. Okay, talk.
Hello, 1, 2, 3. No.
What is up with that?
Oh wait. Desktop audio. Oh, I think it's working now. It's so loud though. You see how it's? I think it's it. People got sound.
Oh, it's probably too loud.
Yeah. Test 1, 2. Oh, there it is. It finally worked.
There you go. Now you should be around my levels. That was weird. That was really weird. All right, they're saying it works. All right, thanks guys.
Sweet.
Thanks for letting us know. I'm gonna pop out chat so I can keep up with all you kiddos. Oh, they're saying it's too loud. Am I? No. Is it better now?
Test 1, 2. Let me see.
Test.
I might be a little quiet now. So you want to aim for about -6 decibels.
Okay. Then I should. Well, like if you see me talking, I'm trying to like level you out with me. So
Hello.
let's try. All right, talk.
Okay, I think that should be good.
All right.
That
sweet.
looks like it should be good.
All right, they said it's okay now.
Okay. Sweet. With 2 minutes to spare.
Hello, 1, 2, 3. Someone said it's too loud. We're still learning, guys. Sounds like the gain is up all the way for both of us. Some people are saying it's good, and some people are saying it's way too loud.
That's odd.
It is real odd, but I can drop us down if that's the case. Where's the chat? Let me keep an eye on chat. Thanks, chat. Keep us updated. It's good. Some people say yeah, so some people are saying it's good. Do more free OS.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Danny.
No, I was just say if there's something up or if there's still something up with the audio, it might be on your end, or not your end, but the audience's end. Whoever it is being messed up on.
They're saying it's only you that's loud.
Huh. I can turn down the gain on mine, but you hear me just fine, right?
Yeah, you're perfect for me, but what I'm outputting is different from what I'm hearing. So I'll just drop you down a couple more decibels.
Yeah,
Same.
you can drop me on Discord, right?
All right, drop you down.
Or on there.
Just desktop audio, yeah. All right, awesome. Yeah, okay, cool. Not anymore, working fine. All right, perfect. So I'll actually put you up a little. This is so confusing. Oh, man. All right, it's been 5 minutes. As you can see, we have Banksy's channel up here. Welcome back to Windows Shop Weekly, the place you can go for Danny and Lee, right?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, everyone? Danny here, and Lee here too.
Oh, if you haven't seen Danny's teaser for the Windows Shop Weekly, his announcement, you have to watch that. I'm sure it was all in good fun, but at the same time, like I felt properly roasted, but it was perfect. It was just so good.
Wait, roasted? I don't think it was really making fun of anything. It was parodying you in the exact way that I know you.
It was flattering, to say the least. There was nothing bad about it. It was so good. All right. So yeah, is there any announcements, anything? How's everyone's day? We forgot to ask that. How's everyone's day? Danny, how was your day?
My day was good. This week it started off stressful because there was something that crap hit the fan at work.
Oh, man.
So I was working late Monday and Tuesday, and I was hoping like I would get what I needed to get done today, so I wouldn't have to stay late and like be late for stream. And I did get it done, so I'm good. We're streaming now, so everything is a-okay. What about you?
Awesome. I just trying to get, like I was talking to you earlier, I'm just trying to get a set schedule in for life and been sleeping more consistently, which I feel so much better now. But it also means that if I'm going to bed earlier and waking up earlier, that means I'm getting tired earlier. So depending on what I'm doing, sometimes I feel like really old that way. But as you can see behind me, this is the latest and greatest. It's a little sneak peek using that Zalman cooler that we all picked up really cheap on Newegg. Man, that case is, I think I said cooler. I meant to say case. That case is really good. Like cable management.
The one that Matt put on Twitter that one time.
Yeah.
It was like in January.
Yeah, I'm super glad. That was a great deal. How was your experience in it? Because I know you built in it as well.
Yeah, so I bought two of them, and I built using one so far. And I mean, obviously, it's not the best case in terms of cable management and everything, but it gets the job done. And how much did we pay? Like 13 or 17 It was under 20 for sure, with no rebate.
Yep, exactly.
Honestly, I'm also not too picky about cases when you're spending less than $30. Like, it's just to hold everything in there and have a power button, basically.
Yeah. The cables don't look perfect, but I was able to route all the cables behind the panel, and I was able to get the side panel closed reasonably well because it juts out, and so it was nice. So there's someone in here named GT210, which is just hilarious.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's how our days were. We're excited.
Someone's... Oh, sorry.
No, go for it, man.
Someone said, Samuel, actually, the guy who comments first on... Or not first, but close to first on all of our videos, said a tree fell on his car. So I just want to say sorry that happened.
Dude,
a large branch, he says.
Wow. That's crazy, man. Can't even imagine that. Hopefully insurance covers that. Let's see. We don't usually talk about this, but is there anything tech related that you can talk about that you've picked up recently?
No, because I'm doing an unboxing video very soon.
You're right.
Actually, in the teaser to the video today that I released, the graphics card, that's actually going to be this weekend's video.
Ooh.
I'm not sure if you noticed what graphics card that was, but...
I was too busy. I was literally like almost in tears laughing, so I'll have to rewatch it and pay more attention, play closer attention.
Yeah, so it's a Craigslist ride-along that's unexpected.
Ooh. Awesome. I'm trying to think.
What about you?
I picked up a couple things. One of them is this mic that I'm using. If anyone's noticed this weird black clip, it's because I'm wearing a mic. I'm going to test it out, see what I think, but it's nicer than the cheap mics that you get. We were talking about this, I think, on Discord, but yeah, so I got a new mic. I'm trying to think of what else. Anything worth mentioning? I get stuff all the time now. It's like super consistent, so I'll have a couple of things. I don't know if I'll unbox them in a video or not, but you'll see them soon. I have some really, really fun, cool stuff that I've told Danny about that is going to be really fun to film, and so yeah, that's going to be tech related. It'll be fun to unbox that at some point, or maybe I won't. We'll see. Anyways, just keeping an eye on chat. Let's see. I wish I could buy some of my budget PCs.
Yeah, they're asking if you could set up an eBay store.
Yes. I mean, I'm going to sell them eventually. I'm actually like getting them all lined up to start selling them so I can get more content in. Have you sold any recently?
Actually, one of my coworkers is coming out to my house after the stream, and he's going to look at the builds I have, which I have two of them, but he's going to pick which one, and then we might modify them to his needs, and then I'll sell it. So awesome. Yeah, also moving computers out so I can get money back and put it into other stuff.
Nice. Awesome, man. That's really fun.
Yeah.
We'll see how if the market changes allow us to whip out some different components rather than the i5 2400 and and any graphics card that you can find. So we'll see. Lee, will you do again a build similar to Gladiator anytime soon? We'll see. I definitely have other content in mind related to like more workstation hardware because it's so cheap, but the motherboards are just so expensive. So I made it specifically for editing, and I'm glad I did, but I don't know if it'll happen anytime soon necessarily. I will definitely be aiming to get a nicer case for Gladiator though. That'll be a cool upgrade.
Maybe an NZXT by chance.
Oh, we'll see. Dropping them names. Hit us up. Oh, well, I almost dropped something. All right, you want to dig into these deals?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, this guy's name is Tech Bank, but his logo looks like 1B, so we call him 1B. He's the mod in chat. Yeah, he's at 705. That ripe 705. Danny and I are here on his little other tech channels. Thanks for the shout out, man. Okay, let's see. All right, so let's take a look at this. I think I'm just making sure it's visible. Okay, cool. It's on chat. Nighthawk router. Are these the featured ones? No, these are the featured ones. Okay, so this is front page. Usually they have pretty good deals on front page. Danny, did you happen to be looking for some makeup?
Yes, I was. Where?
Right here, man. Beauty bundle, brush, bronzer, mascara, and eyeshadow for $10.
Oh, perfect. I can stock up for my girlfriend for Christmas, birthdays, Valentine's Day for the next like 10 years.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of Valentine's Day, if you guys haven't seen it, Danny has a Valentine's Day video.
Oh man, that was like the second or third video that has like no views because I had so little subscribers back then.
Oh man, there was like a little discussion, I think, in voice chat. We were like, you know you're a Danny fan when you've seen his Valentine's Day video.
Yeah.
A USB 3.0 7-in-1 flash card memory reader. I mean, that could be a good deal depending on what. So it takes all of them.
Do you use that for yours, or do you hook up your camera directly?
I've done both. I do prefer the 3.0 reader though. Oh, nice, you got one. Yep.
Yeah. So mine only takes 2 though, SD and micro. This one looks like it takes 7. So for $7.
That's a good deal. I mean, how much did you pay for yours? I think I paid like 13 for mine.
Yeah, mine's probably under 20 and over 10. It's been a while.
So this is, yeah, I guess he and I agree that this is actually a pretty good deal for $7, and it's free with Prime shipping. If you don't have Prime, obviously you have to spend a certain amount in your cart in order to get the free shipping. But yeah, great deal. We'll make sure to take note of this one. Let me see if
it comes in rose gold too.
Oh man, links still don't work in chat. This is so wrong.
Oh really?
For me,
you can't even put a link in.
Yeah, there's something wrong. I think it's because it's too long.
Yeah. Try to use that Google URL shortener or whatever Bitly.
Yes, I'm gonna do that real quick. Just so that I can have a way to paste. So we'll make sure to put the relevant deals in the description as well. So I'll try this and see what happens. All right, cool. And also, don't forget, as you can see on the screen, make sure to tweet us at #AskWW and tag both of us so that we can read them and answer questions or check out your local deals towards the end of the stream. And let's see if this works. Okay. I'm clicking shorten. There we go, copy. Let's see if this works. Mr. Dave. Welcome, Dave. Here you go, Bitly. Awesome. All right, let's keep looking for deals. So that's a good one.
Okay.
I pasted it in chat, so you guys should be able to see it. All right, let's see what else. We have a Pebble smartwatch. Pebble's shut down, isn't it?
I don't know. I just remember when they first released their thing. I think it was like Kickstarter or GoFundMe, one of those things. It was like, wasn't it one of the most successful and popular indie campaigns?
Yeah, what happened?
And then I don't know. Then they just lost to like Samsung and everybody else who made smartwatches.
Wow. So would $18? That does sound like a really good deal, doesn't it?
Yeah. Is this the original one? I think this one doesn't have color and it's pretty pixelated. Let me see. Yeah.
So it might be a lower quality version.
Oh, it's probably used too. I think this is one of those websites that sells either refurbished or like slightly, or just used. Like it was sold back to them and then they're just recouping.
Ah, that makes sense. Ooh, all right, sweet. Sorry for the loud blue switches. I don't know how loud that was.
What keyboard are you on? Your original one now?
Yeah, I love blue switches. I think I closed something. Now I can't reopen it. Oh, well, I'll get back to it. Yes, I am on an incognito tab, and that's for avoiding...
Did someone mention that?
Yeah. Okay, let's see what else. So, single coffee... Okay, this is actually a funny topic. We always find something funny to talk about. What is your opinion on single-serve coffee makers that make one cup?
Oh, like Keurigs and stuff?
Like Keurig, yeah.
Does this one specifically require like those plastic and like is wasteful? I don't drink coffee, so I guess I can't really put an opinion on it, except for we have a coffee maker in our house right now that no one uses, so it just takes up space. I hate it.
Gotcha.
What about you?
This is a Best Buy deal. Let's see if it takes those. So yeah, obviously for buying those little caps, oh no, it looks like it's got a refillable one, which is reasonable.
Oh, it's filter. Okay.
Yeah, so if it's got a filter, okay, so this gets kind of like a pass. But here's the thing. So this single cup coffee maker is a $25 coffee maker, and this is tech related, guys. Trust us. But my gripe with them is that, like, if you notice, like, Keurig's got bigger and bigger to the point where, like, now you can buy a carafe to put in it, and it's like, serves 5 cups of coffee, and I'm like, that's what a normal coffee maker does. Like, you've lost the whole essence of the single serve thing. But on top of that, you're paying a premium to make less coffee when in reality you can just sprinkle a little bit less, because I do this all the time on my coffee machine. It costs like $7, and I just put enough for 1 cup, and it's perfect. So I just find these like a waste of money, for sure.
Yeah, and then you're spending way more on the cups too. Just like,
yeah.
Though, is instant coffee? I think I've had that before. I thought that was convenient because you just mix it in with some hot water and you're good to go.
Yeah, when you're in a rush, they definitely taste different, like not as good. But if you're in a rush, you're right. Those are good. 12-pack of chicken of the sea, some pink salmon.
Oh man, that just. I can't do that. Packaged tuna or fish. I guess this one's salmon.
Look at this, $8.35 though for 12 packs, so they're less than $1 each.
Less than $1 each. You can make a sandwich out of it with some bread. So then bread's what, like 12 cents a piece. That's $1 per meal. Like, if you're trying to ultra budget so you can buy a graphics card, get that.
There you go. Dave in the chat says British tea with milk. Yes, I love me a cup of English tea in the morning. I drink tea rather than coffee when I can. Do you don't drink tea either, do you?
Nope. Energy drinks when I need it, otherwise just water.
Yeah, energy drinks are usually delicious as well.
Yeah.
I see another USB thing. Oh, started scrolling really slowly. 45-watt power adapter. What would that be for?
I think that's for laptop, isn't it?
Sounds right. It comes with a $20 Dell E gift card. So, if you need one. Yeah, you're right. And they have a couple Chromebooks too. So.
Oh, those are powered by USB-C now?
Oh, man.
That's pretty cool.
USB-C. I love, whenever I see a new adapter, I'm just like, merchandising! Buy this cable to make your mouse now compatible with this. All right, so that's it. That's pretty much it for this, I think. A couple of good deals. You're not always going to find great deals for everything, but... Oh, wait, yeah. I totally missed this. 3 pants, 3 for $35, and it looks like these are dress pants. That's not bad. Dress pants, man.
Well, here's the thing, though. Like, if you buy it from those websites where it's not fitted, I don't know. Have you noticed how they dress up is a lot different now than 10 years ago? It used to be like the baggy clothing, but now everyone wants like slimmer fits, and it just looks nicer when you get something that fits you well.
Yeah, agreed. What up, Caleb? I see you hiding in chat. I have a couple of work friends who snuck their way in here. So, this is the computer parts. We'll link this in the description as well, but we will link directly to the computer parts so that you can see, just skip all of the pants and tuna to get to the real deal, which is the PC parts. So you get a 480, 4 gig for 150, which it's been lower recently, but this is supposed to be...
This one comes with Doom.
This is the Doom one?
So, yes. I believe so. So the good thing about this is a lot of people either didn't like Power Color because they thought it was like a low-end brand, or because they only had one fan. This is like your solution right here. This Armored Edition, or not Armored Edition, sorry. Whoa, am I looking at the wrong one?
I'm at the OC edition, so I'm sure it's not too different.
Okay, 480. Oh, there it is, yeah. So it's the Asus, it's that white dual fan one, and it's... Oh, where's the Doom code? I could have sworn this morning they had it.
It says plus Doom on here.
Click on the link, though.
Oh, you're right.
I think it's not there anymore.
No. That was the whole thing. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Special offers, free gift, Doom. Value, $59.99.
Actually, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so I sold my Doom code for $15, and I bought a 480 for I think 150 after rebate. So it came out to 135, which was the best thing you can get right now.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert for the unboxing. Which I sold the code because they sold me, or they send you the email, so I was able to sell it before I got the card even.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah.
Where did you sell it? Just like on Hardware Swap?
Craigslist.
Wait, Craigslist. Okay, nice.
Yeah, I sold on Craigslist.
How much did you sell it for?
15.
Man, I would have bought it from you. Just kidding.
Dude, I posted it in Discord, and like, I think Tech Bank almost wanted to buy it, and you mentioned you wanted it. I was like, ah.
You're right. What if friends matter? Moving on.
You're gonna be getting an RX 480 soon with Doom, anyways.
Yeah, no, you're right. It takes everything for me not to buy this, so I might honestly even replace my current GPU, which is the 1066 gigabyte for an RX 484 gigabyte. It's such a good deal. Let's see what else. Someone in chat said they'd rather get the 470, and TechBank says you can get the 470 for $100 now.
Yeah, right here on jet.com. Or it says 106, unless he's talking about something else.
Wow, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, because you have to use that 1515 sign-up code, as well as, I think there's a rebate. But you just gotta check if there's tax or not. That's the only thing that kills it.
I think for us content creators, too, if I'm not mistaken, CUDA acceleration works really well, but I think that Brian from Tech City said that the cheaper AMD cards tend to actually be really good for rendering. So that could be a good reason, too, to lean towards AMD for us. Especially because you and I don't play very demanding games, which we've mentioned every week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does Jet ship internationally? That's a good question. I don't know if Jet ships internationally. They're owned by Walmart, though, so I don't know. If Walmart hasn't taken over the world by now, then it's only a matter of time. You guys are always worrying about the Illuminati, when in reality you should be worrying about Walmart.
Walmart and Google, a.k.a. Skynet.
Skynet. Cyberdyne. Fantex Eclipse for P400. Oh, whoa. Is this the tempered glass? No. This is
the $45.
This case is usually for about 70, isn't it? Plus 10% off on top of that. So it's usually $69.99. It's on sale for $59.99 after a $10 rebate.
And then $6 off of that. So what is it? So what did it say? $54?
Yeah. Well, this says it's 45.
Oh, what? How do they do that math?
I don't know.
10% off of, even if it was $70, is only $7. So how does it get that low? Is this an older deal? Yesterday. It was posted yesterday. It might have changed.
Oh, with this code. Oh, I'm zooming in really far. With code EMCRDCB36. Let me post this. That's actually not terrible. And again, what we mentioned last week, I think, that cases can be reused quite a bit. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So let me post this up. Whoa.
This is a sleek case.
It's nice. It's like the S340 competitor by Fantex. So Jet does not ship internationally, Samuel Chen says.
Aw, dang.
Random says the 1050 Ti is still a pretty good card.
Well, it's a good card. It's just not priced well. There's a difference between like absolute performance versus price to performance. Which, I mean, if someone gave me a 1050 Ti, I would use it.
Oh yeah.
But I just wouldn't pay for it when there's other cheaper options.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. 100%. Really nice. I think I prefer it to the S340. Unfortunately, Charles from Tech Always regretted his S340 Elite purchase the day after he bought it.
Wait, what's the difference between Elite and None? Is it the tempered glass?
I think it's the tempered glass, and some of the internals are colored a little bit differently to better promote the tempered glass side panel. I think that most people who reviewed it said it was way better improvement. It was just like, the S340 is like the case to get. And the 340 Elite was like, if you're really picky, they even fix those things. And so I was like, whoa, no way. You should make a doc and post all the links there stream. Yeah, so we're gonna try to keep this. If any of you really want to take timestamps of when we go on these different sites and then transition into like Twitter and stuff, be our guest. We'll credit you in the description for sure, even if it's multiple people. But we haven't been keeping up with timestamps.
It's just really hard to pay attention to what we're looking at and the chat and try to like update descriptions and stuff. So we can only do so much. And unless you want to hear us typing and like not focusing on the chat, then we have to, prioritize what we do.
Let me make sure. Okay, cool. It's keeping track of all the links. Good.
Wait,
okay.
Did you say Charles doesn't like his S340, or he just doesn't think it was as good as people made it out to be?
I think he just kept saying that Charles, you can clarify, but I think he said like right after he bought it, basically that he was like, man, I see these other cases that look nicer, and I was just like, oh no. Oh no.
Wait, but this is your like favorite case that you haven't owned, right?
For me?
The S340? I thought it was.
It's the one. It's the one that I planned on buying. That I was like, if I'm going to buy a case, it's going to be it. Yeah. But you're right. Okay. No, you're right.
Because we all know that you would get something way higher end if it was like your dream case. But yeah, I meant the one that was like on the horizon of being bought.
Yeah, one that I would actually buy as opposed to something that like you said, it's like your dream car.
Like your Wait, do you like the Fantex N2 Evolve?
Yes, I love that case as well.
Yeah,
that's
except
such
it's
a nice
$200. So yeah.
Yep. Not seeing too many amazing deals.
An SSD. Oh, Patriot Torch for 62. This is actually a really good price. You seeing it?
What is it, front page?
Yeah, front page.
Let me go back to it.
Because SSDs in this now, obviously you have to look into the benchmarks of this. Though I think regardless of how it performs, just for a boot drive, this is a really good price. Since 256 SSDs have been like 80-ish as of recent, this is a pretty low price. And it's on Amazon. It's not like Fry's or Micro Center or something unobtainable.
Mm-hmm. Someone in chat
said, of course, it is
out
of stock. Oh, it's out of stock, which kind of speaks for how good the deal is.
Temporarily out of stock, yep. With expert installation and data transfer.
How much? 70-something bucks?
70
to install it?
What? Just watch a YouTube video, guys. You can learn data transfer as well. I mean, you might not have all the tools that they have, but it's not worth literally more than the price of the object itself. You can buy 2 of them. And then if you mess up the first one, you can try again. I posted the link in chat, guys, so take a look at that. Vocal Lizard asked if we have any problems with Windows 10 Wi-Fi and says no Wi-Fi. Make sure you install your drivers. It's usually a driver issue.
Does Windows 10 usually have default wireless drivers too?
Yeah, it usually has default for most hardware. So unless you're using a really old Wi-Fi card, if you are using something really old, which I've done this when I was early on in benchmarking, I realized that it does not work. Like, Windows 10 will not find the drivers, and there might not even be drivers to support it, depending on how old. I have like a Wi-Fi adapter from like 2007 or something, 2006, which by now it's literally 10, 11 years old. All right, I think we've done enough on...
Yeah, front 2 pages is usually about as far as you can go before it starts getting old.
One thing I saw is this GTX 1050 for $95, which...
I don't know, man. I think I saw a $60 460 though.
Yeah, yes. The 460 gets so cheap. So at that point, in order to put it in a clear playing field, the 460 has less performance than the 1050. It'll perform a little bit worse. Especially, I think I compared your benchmarks on your 460 build to my benchmarks on my 1050 build, and it was like you were having to do medium on some of the games where I was playing ultra. But
okay, like Grand Theft Auto and stuff.
I didn't do Grand Theft Auto.
Okay,
but I don't think
what was the Firestrike score, since that is pretty heavily weighted towards the graphics?
Yeah, that is a good question.
Because my CPU sucked. G4400.
I was just gonna say you were definitely CPU bottleneck there. But the thing is the difference even though it might seem that way on benchmarks that you've seen, it's not really that bad, and especially that you're paying another $35 on top of you're paying. What is that? I'm terrible at the percentage math thing, but like
you're paying 50% more.
Yeah, that's exactly
60 to 90 is 50% increase.
Yeah, so exactly. So it's your call. Whatever you guys want, but we would definitely suggest the 460 is just so cheap. And it's got good drivers now with the Relive, however you say it. So
Relive,
yeah, potentially Relive. Well, the 460 could outlast it, but by then you might want to replace it. All of the questions in one long, confusing sentence. All right, let's move on. Slick deals.
Okay, TechBank. While you move on to Slick deals, TechBank asks, how do you guys min and max your FPS benchmarks? Perhaps that's how you do it, right? I think I'm going to start doing it like that. I use the charts in Afterburner.
So what? So how do you do? Explain how you would do your benchmark in Afterburner.
Okay, so I know like when I'm going to decide to start the benchmark. And, you know, Afterburner has, like, the timeline of where it shows, like, all the stats, like FPS, like, even, like, the voltage and power draw and all that stuff. So then I would set the timeline, and then I can go through, and you can output a log file that shows you exactly what the FPS is at, like, every 10th of a second or something.
Oh, wow.
It's a little bit more work. I think I'm going to do the Fraps way, because once you told me about that, that sounds way easier.
Yeah. You just jump in, hit the benchmark button, and it'll save a CSV file. I just realized I never sent my tweet, so I'm going to tweet it now. Better late than never.
Oh, for the stream to start?
For the stream, yeah. So most of you are already here because you knew about it. Thanks for showing up. We love seeing you guys. And you guys are doing such a good job at commenting, tweeting us, and staying active in the chat, which is a huge encouragement for us. So we have, I think right now we're at about 75 watching, which is great, and we're 30 minutes in, so.
Nice.
I'm trying to find that. Where is this? There it is. Found it. All right. Send that tweet out. Retweet it if you want to. Tell your friends. Tell your parents.
Actually, they should know, or people should know because of the announcement video.
So good. Can you link that in the chat?
Oh yeah, just in case some people came straight from the channel and didn't see the Twitter. Yeah, I think a lot of people who watch us don't have Twitter, so that's unfortunate because then you miss all the other stuff that we kind of like are more interactive throughout the week with.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, did I say Newegg was next? Wait, what was supposed to be next?
Build a PC sales.
Build a PC sales, that's what I'm going to say. Sorry. Okay, let's do build a PC sales. Okay, so we've mentioned this in the past, but build a PC sales is sometimes just slick deals that is posted on Reddit, so you might want to be quicker to either you're going to have to be really early on the deals here or just be on slick deals. But sometimes I've had a handful of deals that I found on slick deals or on build a PC sales that was not on slick deals, so there's that too. Mm-hmm. Here's that, I think that same deal for the 480 OC 4GB. With Doom. They didn't put that in the title, though, so. Glorious PC Gaming Modular Mechanical Keyboard, 20% off with promo code I am Glorious. Prices range from $48 for bare bones to $87.96 for a fully equipped keyboard with the code. This is such a long title.
Yeah, I know. I think this was I don't know if the guy who owns this company or website is started from the subreddit. I'm pretty sure he did. And this is like his own brand, I guess.
Wow. That's awesome. The escape key is Ascend. That's cool. So it looks like it's RGB? Looks like it's RGB. Oh yeah, it says right here. Modular RGB mechanical gaming keyboard, bare bones. So you put in the code and you get it for $48. So, I mean, that's not bad. That's a decent price, but I don't know, man. I'd have to see a Nerd on a Budget keyboard review before I'd feel comfortable buying it.
Let's see. Can you pick a... Oh, there's another keyboard. The Cooler Master. Wait, yours is the Cooler Master? Or is it your main keyboard that you use
Thermaltake.
Right, oh, Thermaltake. Okay.
Yeah.
Which is very odd because I know both of those companies as case makers before their keyboards.
Yep.
Oh, Oh, it's sold out though. That Cooler Master SDK is a brown keyboard or brown key switch rather for 50, but it's gone.
So, if you buy the bare bones kit, I don't think it comes with like the keycaps. Is that what it says, or no switches, or does it come without switches? Whoa! It comes without switches.
Yeah, so it's just like the body, and then you would have to put whatever brand of switch. Which, I think if it's a cherry clone, then it has the same pins and slots.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Well, so it seems like it actually gets pretty pricey. So.
Oh, it's definitely one of the more custom things, and yeah, it'll be pretty pricey.
Yeah. What? Did you see something?
My girlfriend's in the chat.
No way.
She's in New York right now, so she's in your time zone.
Yeah, EST. You guys are all spry and we're like falling asleep. This is the 480. Oh, so this is the jet deal that you were talking about, the 470 4GB OC. So for $100, man, I don't know, like that's such a good deal for the 470. I like that card. That card was like the sweet spot 1080 card that I was like, had I not bought my 1060, I could have saved a ton of money and got the 470. But I would have had to wait so long that I don't know. I got the 1060 on release. Did you ever buy a graphics card on release, like right when it came out? Never?
Never. It's always been at least like half a year, if not later.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I know this is like semi ADHD, but I have to break down to this. Can you remember every graphics card that you bought? Okay, so for your main rig, to make it easier, because you have a lot of graphics cards. What were your main graphics cards in order?
I have two of them right here, so I'll show you physically. So the first one in my first ever desktop is this GTX 280, which is the original one that I've owned. Like this was the one. I didn't buy it after the fact because it's cheaper. But this was like the 1080 when it released.
Wow.
Except the price I swear was like only $400. It was way cheaper back then for the highest end stuff. This was in 2010, I think, or 2011. Yeah. So it was that, and then afterwards, I had that for like 2 or 3 years before I finally upgraded to a Radeon HD 6870.
Wow.
Then I had this for about 2 years, and then from this I hopped over to. This is not my original one though. I sold it obviously to get my money back, and then I bought this for really cheap, just to have as a replica. Then I went from the 6870 to the 7950, which is why it holds a special place in my heart, and because it's just a really good card.
Nice.
Then from that, went to a 7870, then to a 290X, then to a 970, then to the next graphics card, which you guys will see this weekend.
Nice. Which we already know because you spoiled it.
Yeah.
But I won't bring it back up. If you didn't see it, you're going to have to watch this replay. And comment below. Comment below if you're watching this as a replay and you know which card he got. And for those of you who already heard it and are not watching the replay, please don't comment that. For the sake of the game. But then you can always comment when this goes live just to show love for us because we appreciate it. For me... okay, so I sold I have like a really small like portfolio of graphics cards because I only built my first one in 2010. Mm-hmm. So by then, like the 5000 series was like the hot series for Radeon. So I got the 5770, which I have I have it everywhere. I have it right here. But I have the 5770. I hope nothing like falls. Okay. So this is the exact one, just like you. This is the exact same one. And I loved this design with the blower cooler. Mm-hmm. And it's such a cool card. I used it for benchmarking and like just testing hardware. I still use it to test hardware when I first get it. Sometimes, actually, because I usually get it with a graphics card these days. But I actually used this card for 6 years.
Wow, dude. So, you know what the funny story is? I actually had 2 of those in my possession just last year as I was starting the channel.
No way.
Because that's when I helped Man Karate and one of my other friends from the LAN party videos. They had that card up till last year.
Oh my goodness.
Then they upgraded from that to the 7950 that I helped them find.
Oh.
But yeah, so that's a pretty cool card. I sold it to a guy who wanted to run them in Crossfire for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's so stupid. Who would want to do that?
Did you do that?
I have 3 of these now. I got 2 of them from that huge tech pickup video. And and this one. So I'm going to crossfire those 2. I just want to do it for fun to see how they perform with some modern games. But so I ran this for 6 years. 5 years. Let's just say 5 years. No, 6 years. At the end of so I built this at the end of the year, and then the end of the year, however many years later, I got an R7 260X. But I spent like $120 on it, and that was like last year. And
wow.
Yeah, so that was well, actually, that was more like 2 years ago. So, newsflash, that's a terrible deal. Like, don't do that. It was I couldn't play the games that I played weren't very demanding. So like now I play like Rocket League and games like that are pretty not demanding. But the games that I played then were a little bit more demanding, and I had to like drop my settings, and all my friends were like sitting around me with like their 970s and stuff, and I was just like, why did I make this decision?
The 260X. So I think the 270 is on par with like the 750 Ti, if I'm recalling correctly. So that means that's like a 750 non-Ti for $120, man. Oh,
I ripped off. And then even 2 years ago was a bad deal. I just didn't know what I was doing. Because it was like right after I had finished college and I hadn't bought any PC hardware, and so I had to get back into the game, and I was like in a rush because it was Black Friday, and I just clicked buy on it, and I think that was even the Black Friday deal, so it wasn't even a good deal. It was like, oh man. So sorry about that random tangent, guys, but that's cool. Danny has had a good range of cards, more heavily AMD, it seems.
Actually, I think now it's balanced out. Like with this latest one being NVIDIA.
That's right. That is right. The 970. And the 970 is on par with... Oh, I didn't even mention. I upgraded from the 260X to a 1066 gigabyte. So as you can imagine...
That's a huge jump. It
was like, whoa. I was like, I can play everything. And then my friend, just to spite me, bought a 1070 like a couple months later. And I was just like, why you do that to me, man? But... yeah, so that was fun. Let us know in the chat and in the comments if you're watching this what your GPUs were in order. Maybe like separate them with like an arrow or like with a comma or something. Let us know what you guys got. That would be fun to see. Probably better than us. And then there was a guy who was talking to us in chat the other day, not in this chat but on Discord, who was talking about he was making an... Oh, this is actually the Toasty Roast chat. He was making an HTPC, and he's like, yeah, I got my Titan X and like my i3. I was like, what? So this guy obviously had a pretty decent lineup of GPUs in his life. So we didn't spend that much. Refurbished Kraken for is it considered a Kraken? Yeah, I think it is. NZXT Kraken X61 280 all in one for $80. That's expensive.
For an all-in-one cooler, $80. I mean, so usually all-in-ones are what, like $100. I usually look at the Corsair lineup as like the standard.
Right.
So this is, and they usually go on sale for about $80 also, which I feel is expensive because you're not getting that much better performance than like, let's say a CryoRig H7, which is only $35 and looks cool.
Right. Exactly.
And it's way easier to set up. I'm so ready to like go back to air cooler. I don't know. Like, I don't care about this all-in-one stuff anymore. It's just I already have one, so that's why I'm still using it.
Wait, I totally missed. What are you running on your all-in-one? What is it?
It's the Corsair H100i.
Oh, wow. So you got the nice one. You have the nicest one.
Yeah. Right? It's usually 100 or 120 or something like that.
Yep, 120 MSRP. Yeah.
So I got it for $50 at Best Buy because of a price match. So that's the only reason I'm using it, because I got it for so cheap. But if I could sell this, I would go to the H7, like, in a heartbeat.
So you can get for $75, you can get a recertified one.
Yeah. So, but even then, like, I would say H7i or something, equivalent.
Yeah. Air coolers, you get all-in-one coolers for technically... I don't know if you saw this video that I'm referencing, but you get it...
From Greg?
Yes.
Yep.
So you get it for higher overclocking, but what some videos have been saying, including Greg's from Salazar Studio, is that you're actually just getting better results up front, but then as time goes on, the water will eventually heat up to a higher temperature than you actually think.
So it depends on how long you're actually putting your system under load, and as to how effective it is. But also, you can look at it as how long is your hardware running at a higher temperature? Because even though after 3 hours they'll be at the same temperature, it'll be at a lower temperature for a larger amount of time, which overall in the lifespan could affect the wear and tear. I honestly don't think so, but I think that's the argument people make.
Right. I mean, we're constantly buying used hardware, and we have no idea what kind of load that it's been under. But
Nope.
I don't think either of us have had a used system die on us yet. And even though I haven't been in the game for very long, I've built systems with really old hardware. So they've already been, and so for instance, my main PC, which we're streaming on right now, the CPUs came out in 2010, and they're server CPUs, so they've been running at constant load 24/7 for who knows how long. So they were from a server farm, and they run perfectly well. And I was even able to overclock my AMD CPU that was in a business CPU computer, so that was probably running for who knows how long. But yeah, so air cooling is definitely the most efficient price to performance wise. Price to performance. So technically, this cooler it's an all-in-one cooler for $80, which is technically, if it's $140 normally, so you're getting almost half off.
Wait, was that RGB? Is that the RGB one?
So it might even be more expensive. I think, is the X61 not RGB on some situations?
I don't know. I don't really I'm not really in the cooler game anymore, so I don't really look them up as often.
I don't think the X61 is RGB. I think it has an LED on it, but I don't think it's RGB. But
so
correct.
It's just that fixed blue color, it looks like?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, no, hue controlled color changing lights. So it's controlled by the NZXT hue. So it is technically RGB.
Yeah, Charles says all Krakens are RGB, but...
Got him.
Man, that's expensive just for some rainbows. I guess everything RGB is expensive for rainbows. Keyboards, RAM... Oh my god. RAM prices for the RGB versions. Oh.
Guys, I hate to get scientific on you, but if you want some cheap rainbows, go in your backyard and grab your garden hose. and just hold your finger in front of it so it sprays out a bit when the sun's shining right. It'll create a prism and... No, I'm just kidding. Oh, wow. That I didn't notice this, but right under it is the Corsair H115i for $80.
Yep, so they go on sale, or I guess the refurbished cost is basically the same as like a pretty good sale cost.
Okay, so I am interested in this. The Cooler Master CM Storm Quickfire. If you guys are new to the mechanical keyboard scene, the Quickfire has been like the mechanical keyboard for a while. Like, I don't know if it still is, but like I know early on it was like the mechanical keyboard. So this is the brown version, and these are Cherry MX Browns if I'm not mistaken, and this is $50.
Out of sale or out of stock.
Oh,
and there's no image. Like, what is that? At least give me an image.
So I don't even know if it was 10 keyless or not, but let's see. So it had an key rollover, which if you don't know what that is, Danny has plenty of videos explaining it.
I'll do it right now.
Boom. And then you have to
go.
enter on chat. There it is. Oh, I just closed all my...
we see your files.
There's nothing important on there. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm back up and running. That's what N-key rollover does. I can type and minimize all my windows at the same time. Pretty impressive.
I think, like, at this point, all mechanical keyboards have N-key, like, full N-key rollover. So it's only the membrane ones that are like, oh, we have 26 key, you know? They're just, like, talking about some number that's not every key.
Okay. I'm just going to keep doing this. If you're watching this part of the stream, or if you're watching in the post, show us your N-key rollover in the chat and in the comments, please. It would be so amazing to read that.
It's just going to be like spam.
Google's going to flag our stream. Okay. So cool. I mean, so for me, I was interested in all-in-one coolers for a time, but I still wouldn't be willing to pay $80 for one. Even though these are technically higher end ones that are a lot cheaper, there's still diminishing returns depending on your budget, because it's like, okay, this is a really good deal, but if I still can't afford the deal price, it's still not a good deal for me personally.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like, why you have to pay almost triple for, or 2.5 times for one of those compared to like a 212 or H7.
Right.
And you're running 2, right? Because you require 2. You're running 212s right now.
Yeah. At this point, it's a 424. I have a Hyper 424.
Yeah. So you would have to get 2 of these, or like 2 single fan ones. So it's just not worth it.
Yeah. I've thought of using one of my systems as a secondary PC because I have to use my kilowatt on this system. I have no idea how much power it draws, but I can't imagine it's very power friendly. Because the equivalent of running this PC at idle even is probably the equivalent of a low power PC at full load, like as long as it's on, which sometimes it's on for 10 hours at a time.
Have you used the kilowatt on that thing while you're like rendering or something?
I need to
try that.
I'll do it this week.
I'm curious.
I'll tweet it this week.
Okay.
That'll be fun. Yeah, but Cryrig, if you're watching this video, fans, man, look at these. This kid has boxes and boxes and boxes next to him. He's a
it's just like,
look at that.
4. It used to be like 6 or 7, but I've been using them because they're that good.
Agreed. And they're the 212 killer for the H7, so.
Yep.
And Charles from Tech always has a video on that if you haven't seen it. Oh, what is even happening to this stream? This is what happens when I run the stream. Okay, let's see. So again,
no, it's all good.
Uh-oh, you went robot on me.
Okay, sorry.
What was it?
No, I'm not. I shouldn't be robotic anymore.
No. Sorry, what were you saying?
What was I gonna say? I don't know. I lost my train of thought.
Oh no!
You were gonna say something. This is the time where we both interrupted each other, and then we lost our train of thought because both of us paused to let the other person talk.
Hey, at least we went out in style. So this, I was just highlighting another gaming monitor. This is the 24-inch AOC. Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably on Amazon. I've seen this around a lot. 144 hertz, 24-inch. I'm guessing 1080p, and it's for $205. So that's not actually not terrible deal, but I wouldn't buy it.
24, yeah.
It's
hard to pay double just for. I guess you're getting more than double the refresh rate, but eh.
Yeah, no, not for. Yeah, it's full HD, which is not. Yeah, it's not worth it in our opinion. But AOC, did they used to be kind of like a not as well known brand? I feel like everyone, like I remember like Swashin did a. Which I know that's not what he's called, but he had a video on his channel that he had 3 AOC monitors, and they were like borderless, so they look so clean. But
I always thought of them as like the less known kind of budget brand.
Got it.
I guess when I don't need to buy something, I stop doing research on it.
Yep.
So then there's so many things that you could focus and do research on, and monitors just isn't one of them since I've been set. And I will be set for a while, I think.
Yeah, exactly. People in chat are calling you the Roboto. Someone said the M9i is actually the 212 killer.
It is, yeah. The M9i is what competes with the 212 and beats it by like a couple of degrees. And the H7 just like is way better than that even. So
nice. I need to start.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that. The last one I got was the T4. So I'm surprised. I'm gonna be testing the T4, and I'm probably gonna be putting it head to head with the 212. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video on it, but I want to see. Because people don't have as many nice things to say about the T4. This is the funny thing about raw number. You have so many people in raw number saying that the 212 is the best air cooler ever, that even if the H7 and the M9i are the 212 like killers, which I guess the H7 is the 212 Annihilator, there's still so many people saying that the 212 is the best cooler ever. I wonder.
That's quickly shifting. So CryoRig is, especially with their coolers, are relatively new. I think within the last year or two is when I started seeing them. But every time on Reddit now, a 212 is posted, people are like, get the M9i, get the M9A. Like, every time.
Good.
Like, just go search it afterwards on Reddit for a 212. You'll see it in every comment thread.
So, I mean, even just in the naming scheme, though, the only one criticism I would give is why is the M9i and M9A just depending on what bracket you use, and both brackets come with it, or do you have to buy a different cooler?
That's the one downside, because you can only use it for Intel or AMD, so you can't switch like you can with the 212. Which I don't know why. Like,
yeah.
They should just put the extra $3 in, so make it $23, and have both brackets, just so that people can buy one.
So the 212 was annoying because its bracket is stupid. But
it is.
The T4 is amazing. It came with a clamp for the AMD bracket, and I didn't even have to install anything. I just used the clamp. Yep. It was literally, it took me like 5 minutes to install this cooler. And the new Wraith coolers are really nice because they use screws now. Instead of the clamp. So the clamp...
I like the clamp.
I know, I like the clamp. People are
saying...
It's
just like a single latch thing instead of 4 individual.
So I do like screws, though, because they're more consistent with everything else you're doing on the PC. Like, a clamp is kind of random when literally everything else you're doing is screwing things in. But... the clamp is so easy, and it just makes your life so much... like.
Yeah, it doesn't require extra tools, and it's simple, and it's really strong. Like, the leverage that the clamp has, and, like... Because, it supports the T4, which is almost it's almost as big as the 212, right? It's not too far from it. Hey, I think I got the same one, too. Get this the crappy blocking.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Look at your thermal paste on the bottom, though. What's your thermal paste on the bottom look like? Mine's, like, circular.
Mine is kind of squarish, but...
Yo, that's sloppy, man. Did you do that?
I forget if this is the extra loud one. Is it really loud?
It's really loud. Wait, what does your sticker say? We both have a sticker on it. This is so nerdy.
Is that readable? Mine is.
Oh, it's not focusing.
I think 1A02C3WOO.
Mine's 1A, but it's not the same. But you have the little blue lever thing, right?
Yeah, mine's a blue lever.
Yes! Different sides of the United States. Same cooler. Guys, this is the power of the internet and the power of technology. Okay, sorry, that was super random.
I don't like the clamp. Oh, what's up?
They see my start menu. They can see all the things that I have.
Why?
I don't know, I accidentally hit start. But this is not OCD, this is just for funsies. And this is not intentionally a C, but now I notice that it's a C. Okay. What was the... Oh, so right under that $200 monitor is a $68 IPS LED monitor. It's only 22 inches, though. So...
Oh.
There's that.
I actually got one recently, a 21-inch. Is it from Best Buy?
No, this is from Newegg. It's a refurb.
Ooh, no tax. Nice.
It's not bad. $68. And it's 22 inches, yes, but... It's going to be 1080p and it's IPS, so you have the nicer pronounced colors on your monitor. So.
What's the difference again between TN and IPS? It has to do with viewing angles and...
IPS technically, it doesn't matter what angle you're looking at it, you're going to see the full fidelity of the screen. Technically. At some point, it's going to be all skewed and sideways if you... because you're just looking at it at a weird angle. But yeah, so like all of my panels are TN. And even when you take a picture of it, you can see the two side monitors look super weird and faded.
Okay.
TN is
I think mine's IPS.
Nice.
Well, I need to check out what my LCD is. It's probably TN, but... Like, do you notice the difference?
People are criticizing my start menu. IPS is really nice. Like, there are people who I work with who have really nice IPS panels. I would say, though... More than I care about the color, which I need to care more about the colors because my videos are whack. Like, if you see the colors in my videos, they're whack. But I actually have noticed the better pixel density is... So, like, the designers who I work with who use 1440p monitors, 1440p monitors are so crispy. They look really nice. So, you have to have a way bigger monitor. Like, I would have to have a 27-inch if I wanted 1440p. But... I would think I would notice that more than I'd notice the colors initially. What about you?
Let's see. So, mine is a 2560, so it's still 1080p. It is IPS, though. I'm not sure when the last time I looked at or used a TN panel for like a long period of time to notice. I don't even know what I have at work. I should probably check. But
I wonder.
I think after a low enough price, to me, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just a monitor that I'm going to use to play games, and a TN monitor, even if it looks worse than an IPS, like it gets you 80% of the way there. The rest is kind of bells and whistles and luxury, right?
Right.
Like, it's better. The gap from not having a monitor to having a TN is like way bigger than the gap from TN to IPS.
Yeah, and someone pointed out in chat, thanks for reminding us, that the thing you're trading for is the color fidelity, or I don't even know if that's the right word to be using, for the response time of the TN panel. So TNs are usually what people will be
yes.
Like, oh, buy our monitor, it's better for gaming because you get a 1 millisecond response time.
Yeah, okay.
That
rings a bell now.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there IPS high refresh rate monitors? I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so I guess that would be kind of similar to, I don't know if the response time.
Wasn't that 70? Well, when you say high, you mean like just anything higher than 60, or like are you talking about up into like the 144-ish?
Yeah, just higher than 60.
Okay, well, because last week that Dell that we missed out on, I think that was 75 hertz, and I thought it was an IPS, but I can't remember now.
Oh wow, I like Dell's construction too. Sorry, I'm not a fanboy, just like them. Let's see. Nope, in ComTV, is an R9 Fury on Newegg for $260 worth it? Danny, I'll refer to you.
I saw that. What was the comparison? Because I haven't used one myself. But they were saying the price. No, it's not, because obviously it's better than like the 480 right now, but it's not that much better for paying like another $70 to $100. Though some people were saying at higher resolutions it is, and it's nipping at the toes of the 1070. I think that's what I read in the comments, but I haven't looked into it.
Got it. Thank you for... Yeah, and I can imagine that too, because the Fury seems like it's always been pretty high, like a little too high.
Oh, and it's also not the Fury X, so don't get it too confused.
There you
because the Fury X is the one that is higher performing, but it would also cost more.
There you go. I just posted the monitor that I was checking out in chat because I don't think that's a terrible deal. It's only 22 inches, but like we said, it's not bad. All right, let's see what else. 4 G-Skill Trident Z 4x8.
16 gigs for $200. Best deal.
Wait, I think this is 20, or I'm terrible at math. 32 gigs, sorry.
Is
for
it?
202, yes.
Oh, it is. Okay, so $100. Okay, I did the math wrong. For some reason, I read it as 4x4. So that's $100. And is there anything special about this? Is this the LED RAM?
No, this is the non-LED RAM. The thing that's special about it is that it's 3200 megahertz.
3200, yeah.
And it's the Trident Z, which is like the pretty looking ones.
God, those heat sinks are so wide.
What's wrong with that, man?
You might not get clearance for your big coolers if you don't have AOI or AIO.
That's true. That is true. What is the clearance like now that we're on the topic? Because the Hyper 212, the newer one, actually had an adjustable thing, I think.
Oh.
Where I could make sure that it fit. And I did that for one of them. But
wait, you mean like shift the fan up and down?
Well, see, even if you could shift the fan up and down, the heatsink itself would be what was too high. So.
Oh, okay.
So I was a little janky because I used a custom motherboard standoff, so I could change the height depending. Oh, I forgot to warn you about your camera. Your camera was shifted over. I got to adjust the height using standoffs, but no, actually looking at this, if I had higher RAM, it would not clear the cooler. What is the M9i and the H7? What is the clearance like on those?
Oh, there's so you can shift the I guess with all coolers you can do that, right? Like you can kind of move it up if it's an issue of the fan.
Yeah.
But you will lose some, effective fan area on the cooler. But I haven't run into any RAM clearance issues on the M9 and H7. And the really cool thing is, if you go to CarRig's website, you can print out a cutout and then fold it up with some origami instructions that they give you, and you can place it on your CPU to see exactly what volume it takes up.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Do you? We should find a link for that. If anyone has a link for that, put that in chat because that's actually really interesting. And I'll try to keep track of these links while we're going. 88 people are watching. 7.5 messages per minute. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. It is super awesome.
The stream has been pretty stable at those numbers. That's good.
Yeah, and
people aren't getting bored.
And the audio and the actual stream health has been good. So the audio settings have been good. Awesome. My bitrate apparently is too low, but
did someone say that, or did you?
That's a warning.
Figure that out?
That's a warning from. They're recommending. They're recommending 128. So let me bump that up a bit. Okay, so it should be better. Okay, let's see what else. So, Ryzen 1700X for 370. What was the? Do you know what the MSRP was for the Ryzen lineup?
Not off the top of my head.
Let's see. I'm literally Googling it. Micro Center has cut the price of Ryzen 1700X for 370.
I'm guessing it was at 400. Hopefully it wasn't 450.
Which one of these do I want to click on? This is way back in February. Ryzen News. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it looks like in US dollars, the 1700X was 400, so it's $30 less.
$30 off.
Oh, so this was the MSRP. Okay, I wasn't sure. Okay, what else? The 1700 is for 330. Ryzen R5 Rally 9. Okay, I don't want to be that guy, but what's your opinion on Ryzen?
My opinions, I haven't been able to get my hands on it, but it seems like almost everyone who talks about it only talks about it in terms of like content creators.
Yeah.
And like it's not anything too spectacular for gaming, which I mean, because you can game really well on even i3s and i5s. So until we see the price and performance of the R5 and R3 chips, I think the R7 isn't gonna like woo us gamers.
Yeah, exactly. So I know this is Windows Shop Weekly and not Soapbox Weekly, but the one thing that I was even bringing up way back before the prices were even dropped was that when these initial chips come out with the 8-core 16 threads, they're not going to be catered to gamers, obviously. And so what Jay's 2 Cents did was he made a video which is like, I'm just going to render on this so I can give you that opinion instead of just saying, oh, it's for content creators. And what he found was there was only a couple of minutes render time difference from 4K video with a filter on it. He said scrubbing was perfectly normal, and the 4K video rendering was only a couple of minutes difference from a CPU that was like way more expensive.
Yeah, the $1,000 Broadwell E one?
Exactly.
He was comparing it to?
5960X, I think he had. So for the R5 and R3 lineup, that changes the game a bit. Because as you can see here, this is a 4-core 8-thread CPU for $170. Which is going to be less than half the price of a 6700K. And if it can perform even marginally close, where there's only like maybe like a 5-frame, maybe 10-frame difference even, that's a game changer. That's $170.
Even freaking like 6600Ks, the i5's highest, overclockable processor, that still goes for like 230, 220. So this will still be $50 cheaper than that. If it could perform on par or even close again, then that'd be exciting.
Right. If. So we're not making any claims. We're not AMD fanboys or anything, but we are enthusiastic about prices and about how you can get the best bang for your buck. And when you're getting the price to performance that AMD Ryzen is claiming, then we're looking at a more comparable 4-core 8-thread versus 4-core 8-thread, and not like 8-core 16-thread that's worth double the price of something else, and then trying to say that it's not a fair deal, where it's like... So anyways, sorry. Just to be clear, 460 for $80, which is not the cheapest we've seen it. So
it's the 4GB version. That's why.
Oh wow! I didn't even.
It's not worth. Like, what are you gonna do with that 4 gigs of VRAM when you have a 460? You're gonna run like higher resolutions, you know, like I don't think that's worth it.
Data mining, GPU acceleration.
Yeah, I think that's what people usually bring up in the comments of these when it comes to like that card.
This is an ugly card. This is like really ugly. This is reminiscent of the old school lineup with the weird fins that are just completely surrounding the. This is a throwback card. That's the only reason to buy this. If you're just like, I miss the way things used to look. Make GPU coolers. Never mind. Sorry, I saw Trump ads, so I thought it made sense. Here's another mechanical keyboard. Anti-ghosting keys, $47. Anti-ghosting. They're not hypersensitive. Oh, that's not even. Oh, I guess you have to use a coupon. So
wait, how? This was 6 hours ago? Oh wow! Because I saw that keyboard, like I swear, this past weekend. But that's a nice looking keyboard, though.
It's not terrible. It's backlit, but it doesn't mean it's RGB, so I don't think it is. Yep, fully programmable RGB backlighting.
For 50-ish?
For about $50 with that code. And let's see. What am I looking for? I want to see what kind of switch it is. Red switches. That's interesting. I haven't seen red switch keyboards in a while on...
For cheap, like, budget brands, yeah. They're not that common. Just like browns. Mostly it's just blues.
Yeah, blues are... And, which doesn't bother me at all.
It caters to the kiddies who want that sound.
Clack, clack, clack. Oh, wow, I just spammed the chat on accident. Okay. So I posted the link to it in chat. And yeah, it's not a bad deal. $50. It's fully programmable RGB, which is unique. Usually around the $40 to $50 price range, you're not getting the fully programmable RGB. You're usually getting like the static RGB or just single colored, which who knows? Maybe those will come back in style. And you're getting red switches. Sorry, I forgot to add that. You're getting red switches, which is interesting. So it's better for gamers.
You type so fast, yeah. Though. Like, I've used reds, and I'm like, I don't think this makes a difference for me personally. Especially since I don't play LOL and stuff anymore, where it's all about the spamming the keys really fast.
Yeah. When I got used to blues, I liked the fact that I didn't have to fully engage the key in order to play games as well. So I'll just kind of be a little lighter on my fingers.
Because you know exactly when it, like, clicks, and then you know it's it, as opposed to having to kind of bottom out.
Exactly. I really like how you do your scale to measure the actual amount of actuation force you need on the key.
Oh, yeah, so totally random. You know what these are?
Magnets?
Yeah, they're called buckyballs, or these are bucky cubes. They're rare earth magnets that are like really strong. But so I bought these when the company was going out of business. I swear, like in 2013 or 2012, because they had them. They're normally like $30, and they were on sale for like $5. So I hoarded them. And now I can finally use them because they're nice little increments that you can put on to get a certain weight. And I just use it to like press the key to test actuation.
Smart, man. How much are they each?
Each of the cubes?
Yeah.
Like in terms of their weight?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I just put them on the scale. I don't count one by one. I just like kind of get them on until I get a nice like round 50 or 55 or whatever grams I need.
Brute force.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I just realized we need to.
We gotta go to Craigslist.
We gotta go to Craigslist. We have to go to the other things. Well, I'll post this again in chat, or in the description. But there's a mail-in rebate. If you already know what component you want, you already know around what budget you want, which is something that I usually have in mind. You can look for something with mail-in rebate using the Newegg link. So I'll link that as well. I'll just show it in.
Oh my goodness, we have so many Twitter things to go through.
Good. Thank you guys for blowing this up. Yeah, so like I said, you can look up specific mail-in rebates. Like $15 PCI Express 300 megabit a second wireless adapter. Okay, anyways, let's move on over to Craigslist. Here's a good question actually. I Walk with the Dead. Daniel asks, did you use DDU to uninstall drivers, or is the issue during post? Oh, he's answering someone else. But yes, do you use DDU, Danny?
That's that driver wiper thing, right?
Yep.
I actually don't. Unless I see like a noticeable something like really off with it, or if I'm like doing like a benchmark where it really matters, then I would just like overlap drivers, and it works fine. Like it's one of those things where 1% of the time it can create like 99% of the problems, but most of the time it's okay. Like for the average user who's not making videos and doing stuff, you can just overlap and it'll just use the newest ones. Like even cross AMD and NVIDIA.
Right.
Like I did that with the new thing that I bought. I had an AMD card in, and then I just kind of slapped on the NVIDIA, installed the new drivers without even wiping the AMDs, and it performs as expected.
Awesome. I was going to say, I used to want the exact opposite back. If you're not building PCs like we are, and using the same install of Windows, which I think you do as well, I think you gave me the advice. So we have a dedicated benchmarking drive so that we don't have to reinstall stuff all the time, which is when this becomes really relevant. I think most people will point to an issue where TechSource had jacked up drivers, and he didn't realize it, and his benchmarks were completely wrong. And so he had to go back and correct that video. But with me personally back in the day, I hated installing full programs when all I needed was the driver. So for instance, if I'm not mistaken, your C920, you installed the Logitech software, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I skipped all that. I just wanted the driver. So, which I think Windows did automatically. So you lose certain features, but nowadays when we're swapping out GPUs constantly, installing those like GeForce Experience and Relive is way more convenient because it'll install the drivers automatically for you.
Yeah, and the programs are worth using on those ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Unlike Logitech's garbage software.
It installs like a plugin on Internet Explorer for no reason, and you're just like, okay.
Do you want this Yahoo thing? You gotta uncheck 2 things. Are you sure you don't want it?
Oh man, is Yahoo still around? I think they just bought out a company.
Oh, what did they buy out? It was something pretty big. And it's like, how did you even have that much money to buy that in the first place? I thought you guys were gone.
Exactly, man. It's the people using Internet Explorer who are keeping Yahoo alive, probably.
What was your first... Okay, this is another question for you and everyone, all the viewers, whether it be the comments after or comments right now. What was your first email address that you ever made? And like what... was it Yahoo, AOL, MSN?
I made mine in a cluster. The first one was AOL though, because I had an AOL account, which I think is the same for you, wasn't it?
Same here, yeah. But I don't count that one because we got rid of that quickly because of you know why. So then I made an actual email account.
Well, okay. So what was yours?
Mine was Yahoo. Sadly.
Oh, nice. Mine was Hotmail, so that's even more sadly.
No, I think Yahoo was more sad. Like everyone I knew had Hotmail because it was connected to MSN Messenger, and it was just like the more common one.
Oh, do you remember the days of MSN Messenger?
Yes, how it wasn't linked with AIM until you got this app called Trillion. Because then you could have you had your friends who had MSN Messenger, which was like 7 of them, and then everyone else had AIM.
Yep.
But you still had to have both because that one guy who used Messenger.
Oh, and then AIM, you'd have Trillion, which had its own startup noise, and then AIM had a startup noise. Oh, it was so good. I remember discovering Trillion. Dude, this is like memory lane. This is before Facebook Messenger, guys. This is before like work, where at work you use email, which seems like a step backwards, but
which is linked. Yeah, it's linked now.
Yeah, but
this is before Google Hangouts, all that.
Yeah, live chatting was like a new concept, and it was amazing. You'd get to talk to, and this is before we had phones where we could text each other too, where like we were younger, so. Even you, I mean, did you have a phone by the time you started using those programs?
Oh, no, I used AIM back when I was like 10 or 11, and I didn't get a phone until 14, so it was like a good 3 or 4 years I was using Instant Messenger.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I got my first phone when I was 14 as well. So, same time frame. Yeah. Good times. While people literally live chat with us, while we're streaming live using a non-dial-up connection.
With video, oh man, video streaming.
Hotmail
This is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, Hotmail's gone, right? It's at live.com now.
Yeah, I actually still have my login for Hotmail. I've went on it a couple times, but yeah, it just developed a bad rap because people were hacking it because all that whole suite was Hotmail Prodigy. Let me take a good look at the chat real quick. What is your Got my 750 Ti. A lot of 750 Ti's in the chat. Nice.
Oh, you scrolled all the way back to the graphics cards?
I just scrolled up and saw a lot of GTX 750 Ti's. Okay, sweet. So look, there's a GTX 9800 GTX for $50.
That's the one I have sitting in that case over there. The best card, because this was before it went to the GTX line. This was like the last of that series, so that's why it holds a special place in my heart. Not worth it for $50. Questionable if it's even worth it for like 30. I bought mine for I think 15.
No way, nice.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Like it's worth about 15 if you look at price to performance, I think.
It's got an S video as well.
Oh man.
Yes. I never used S video.
I had an S video to components cable, so before hooking up your computer to monitors was it's kind of normal now. But I hooked it up to my TV via the red, white, and yellow cables through S video.
Nice. That makes you feel like you had the power. Like you'd play WoW on your TV and you'd just be like, "This is amazing."
It was horrible though. I forgot what the resolution was, but it's not like TVs nowadays that can do 1080p. It was really bad resolution, and it was like the bulb CRT monitors.
Oh, you just reminded me. So you had your your rare earth magnets.
Oh yeah.
Back when you had CRTs, you couldn't put magnets by your computer screen because it would just bug your CRT out.
Yeah, is that what the degauss function or button did?
You're right.
Fix it, like if the color, because it went black and white.
Oh, you are so right. Yeah, I used to for fun. I would run a monitor or a magnet across my monitor, and then I'd run that function that would just kind of bug it out, and then it would straighten back up. Mm-hmm. What is happening? We're dating ourselves so bad right now. Which we're not even that old. That's the sad part. But technology, Moore's law, guys.
Within the last 15 years, how much has changed is crazy. And I don't know if it's changing any faster. They say Moore's law is exponential, but I'm not sure if I'm seeing that.
I think, good argument though is that we've gotten to the point where when someone says anything that sounds crazy, you don't really ask is that really possible? You just ask when will that be possible? Mm-hmm. Because it's just nothing's unbelievable now. Technology.
Yeah. Oh, Gerard, he says we're babies. Yes, we are. Gerard was what, 35 when we were born? If that. He might have. So, yeah, Gerard, he's got the most experience and wisdom here.
Gerard was here before.
General.
Gerard saw internet be created. He saw colored televisions become popularized. All right, let's see. This is Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, one more thing. Because you know how back when color TV was, or not color TV was black and white, that just skews my perception of when I imagined things back in the day, it was more washed out or just black and white. You don't see it as the vibrant colors you see these days.
Oh, everything was black and white back then. Wait, that's not true? And now everything is RGB, so now when you imagine old computers, you're going to imagine them in black and white.
Exactly.
Okay, so this one is a 1050 Ti super clocked, 4 gigabytes for 125. That's not terrible, but...
That's better than new, but I think that is the expected price because it is used, right? You get that used markdown.
Right.
From, the 140, 150-ish? And then that's it, though. It's just the used markdown. So unless you can talk it down a little bit more, it's just standard procedures.
Yeah, talk it down, and if you can get that for, a good bit cheaper, then you're getting a really good bang for your buck. But if you're wanting something very standard, then you could technically buy it. It's not a terrible deal, that's for sure. I would imagine it being worse, someone trying to gouge you. Mm-hmm. Which happens on Craigslist. R9 380 for 175.
No, that's worth $990 at most.
I think you get it at a decent deal. You can get it for $90. Just in my recent research for the R9 380.
That's a rebranded R9 285, which is a tad step up from the 280, which was a rebrand of the 7950. AMD for this until the 480, it was basically almost the same card with slightly different clocks. But then the 480 came along, and it was like, boom, like slightly a competitor to the 980.
Are we supposed to be like happy or disappointed, like when these companies now, just for the sake of releasing new hardware, will just optimize existing hardware slightly? I guess for the price, I don't know.
Yeah, used market people like us, like we can feed off of people who don't understand that it's a rebrand, so that like they might go buy the newer one and then list their other one for less, right? Because they're like, oh, an R9 280, that's now 2 gens old. It's probably worth less. So then they would list it for lower, even though it performs basically on par with the 380.
Yeah, good point. For the used market people, which is why you're here, because you want to get good deals, do it.
What is this?
He has no specs.
It no specs, and it's apparently $1,000 or $1,100 worth.
Let's see. It looks like a single slot GPU, so that's not very promising. What else? It's got USB 3, so it's not too old. Oh wait, maybe it's got a tag on here. I can't zoom.
It's an Alienware though, so it might not really be a single slot, more so than like a mobile version of the card, which a lot of the smaller Alienware systems do. They put M version graphics cards in there.
I can't see the type of Intel processor that is. It looks like could be an i3.
$300. Yeah, it's hard to say if that's worth it unless you emailed the guy.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust it. I don't even think it would be worth it. You say you find a easier time selling complete builds locally, right? Like you can.
Yeah, than individual parts.
And are you getting the best bang for your buck that way as well?
Yeah, and you can get more because that level or the labor taken to like put it together and get the OS on it and make sure it's functioning, working off the bat, that's worth another like $50 compared to what I've seen in my area. Like individual parts versus complete builds, that's about the difference I see.
Nice. Yeah, the funny thing too is some of these it's like, oh, that's what I would want to sell it for, but then I wouldn't want to buy it for that.
No, yeah, definitely not. Well, because you know that you can deal hunt for cheaper, right? You know?
Yeah, which people are willing to pay for that, which is good because then that means that
our viewers want to buy like our builds at marked up prices. Even like people have told me I would buy your $250 build for like $300, $350.
I will sell it. I will say that publicly that I will sell it. But then the thing is if you don't live near us, the shipping would be not worth it for you.
Basically.
For anyone, actually. I would feel bad spending a third of the price on shipping.
Yeah.
So this is a $350 PC. It's got a 3570K. Looks like it's got a water cooler for $450. So they're charging $100 for a Kraken X41. No, thank you. That's a huge markup.
We just saw the dual radiator version of that for $80.
Keep that in mind, guys. So for R9 270, for a 3570K, an Evo 212. Oh, so the Evo 212 comes with it, which isn't bad. And 8 gigs of RAM with an old case and a 650 watt PSU for $350. That's not terrible. But break it down for us. Break it down for us.
That 270, no, that the processor and motherboard are good, that's for sure. It's just that 270, like at $350, you're gonna want at least like I think you can get a 280 pretty easily. Oh, you're gonna do the math out?
Oh no! I was just
okay.
I was just pulling this up to see if you said anything notable, and I was just gonna type it out for fun.
Oh no! What's up? It's what's up, everyone, not guys.
Oh, you're right.
To be more PC for the 2% female viewers.
This is super relevant to the stream, guys. If you're just tuning in, this is exactly.
Oh, it's 7 o'clock though. What time do you have to go? Is your cutoff at 7:30 or 7?
I'm good. We can go for a little bit longer.
Okay.
I've discussed this. When you have a wife, things change.
My girlfriend, she just texted me saying it's 10. Stop.
What's up, everyone? Danny here.
I can't.
What's up, everyone? Danny here. Okay. Don't save. Okay. Not a good deal. I think it's pretty clear just based off of I mean, you could probably get the CPU. How much would the CPU motherboard combo be by itself?
Give me 1 second. I gotta respond to someone who's been asking this question a lot.
Sure.
He wants to run 1155, so we'll say it on the stream now. 1155 motherboard with DDR3 RAM. Well, first of all, RAM prices are horrible right now, so there's no good deals on them. Yeah. You'd have to find it locally. 8 gigabytes for $30. That's what you aim for. Now, let's see. For the LGA 1155, those go for $40 to $50 on eBay. That's right. Shipped. That's like the price you're going to be paying. You can't really find much less because they're old now. And if you pair that with an i5 2400, you can get a really good CPU motherboard combo for $90-ish. So there you go, Stephen Gagarin. Yeah.
Someone asked, I have an old GTX 480s. Oh, I have the old, so maybe you have Crossfire GTX 480 or SLI. What would you recommend upgrading to? Anything.
Yeah, anything. Jeez, that's really old.
Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you were to break this down for... I don't know how much Ivy Bridge costs, because I actually haven't bought an Ivy Bridge.
Oh, card. It's the... Yeah, 3570K with the overclockable motherboard.
Which isn't bad.
I would put that at about $120.
Nice.
Like for the combo. Then the Hyper 212.
Yeah, $15.
120. Yeah, $15. Let's say that. So we're at 135. 8 gigs of RAM. So that's 165. The 270 I would put at like honestly $60. So that's 235, 65 or 650 watt power supply. Is another $30.
This case is not even worth like
65. Yeah, so this thing isn't coming that much higher than $300-ish. So that's about $50 over the, which is what if you put this together, you would probably list it as, just because you put your labor into it, I guess.
Exactly. Well, and then I'm gonna start throwing in a copy of Windows too, which I haven't sold any that didn't come pre-installed with Windows, but since now I have a selection of hard drives, I matched the hard drive up to the build, and then I'm including a price of Windows, which is huge, because like, I wonder if he mentions it here. He didn't even mention a hard drive. He didn't mention a hard drive.
Oh, I would think it should have one. Like it's, if you look at the picture, does it have one? Yeah, there's something connected up there, isn't it?
I don't know. It looks like he might have just shoved the cables in there. It looks like he might have reused his old hard drive.
Okay, wait, but when you're including Windows, are you including the I guess which version of Windows?
So from this point on, I will sell all of my builds with a full activated copy of Windows 10.
The OEM ones?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. That gray area, right?
Oh, I don't know. I have to look into it, because if I find out that it's actually pretty bad...
Okay, I'll tell you right now, it's not legit, obviously, because Windows is... or Microsoft is obviously selling theirs. Even when it's on sale, a good deal is like $80. These ones are the ones that are being sold to... Sorry, I'm like ruining your dreams right now.
No, it's fine.
It shouldn't affect you though. But these are the keys that are sold like to, let's say, other countries at a discounted price or like in mass volume, and they somehow, I wouldn't say get stolen, but they just make their ways to the gray market. However, that may be. Like it just does employees getting rid of the codes. There's so many different ways you can get there. It's not necessarily stolen. Yeah, it's just not legitimate by Microsoft. Like if you have problems with it down the line, they might not be able to help you out because it was meant for an OEM system and is not transferable.
And you're severely limited because it locks itself to your motherboard, doesn't it?
It does. Whether or not the particular Microsoft rep that you have that night when you call them up to help, you might be able to get help on it. Some people can't though.
All right. That is good to know. Worst case scenario, I would just put that it's unactivated Windows 10 and explain to them that they might see something every once in a while, but...
Oh, yeah. Like, I think when I sell systems now, I'll be like, I'm going to sell it with a fully working, 95% Windows. It works just like the legit version. If you want, I can add another $80 and get the legit Windows. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure no one's going to want that, so... That's
a good point. Yeah, and I don't mind selling it with unactivated Windows, but... we'll have to see. I have one key I bought for $10, so let's see what happens.
Oh, the one that was linked on Discord?
Yep, Play Asia.
From Play Asia, which is a legitimate site, and people have successfully bought keys from there.
Yeah. I used to want to buy Smash related projects or products on there, like GameCube controllers and stuff, but their shipping is ridiculous. But this is a digital key. I got my key literally within 2 minutes of hitting submit. So we'll see. And PlayAsia is a legit website, but I didn't know they sold keys until the other day, so we'll see. What's the difference between OEM and not one? Basically what we're saying, which is an OEM key is only supposed to be used at one point in time within a specific machine, whereas a retail key, you can activate multiple products, activate the key on multiple products, and you could also transfer the key depending on, like Danny said, if you're talking to a rep, they'll usually help you out with that process.
Well, with OEM too, it's exactly what it says in the name, original equipment manufacturer. Is that right? Yeah. Yep. So it's technically not even supposed to be in the hands of people like us because it's for Dell, HP, Acer, all those companies that sell the actual hardware. Yeah. So the in-house IT company that I have where I work gets OEM copies of Windows for dirt cheap. They actually, so they have a program that they're with where they can actually, I think, pay a flat rate and just unlimited number of OEM keys. Raise your right hand. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? That's what I'm doing.
Where do you look to buy a secondhand Doom key?
Micro Center sold you... Wait.
Sold me an OEM key. Whoa, really?
That sounds odd. Like, because OEM is exactly what it says. It's for the original manufacturers. I gotta look this up now, because...
Oh, wow.
Micro Center.
Continue to cite. That would be sketch because they always do put. I noticed the ones that do put OEM. So this is Windows 10.
See, Newegg is selling it, so I think I misspoke on that. I think the ones that you buy from Kingwin and that those ones are usually not from Newegg because those, like, I'm looking at the Newegg OEM Windows 10 right now. It's $100.
Yeah.
The reseller ones, they get it by some other means that should not be that expensive.
So do you pay more for the non-OEM versions of the actual key, like the legit key? That's the question.
I think those are like 120-ish, right? 140.
So you're paying more, but you get to use it more flexibly.
I think transfers. You get more transfers because I think everything is only supposed to be on one machine at a given time, right?
Okay, gotcha. I think I might be thinking of like other Microsoft keys like Office and stuff like that. Office you used to be, which now it's going on the cloud, but you used to be able to install it on up to 3 computers at your house. So that makes sense. And if you're like Danny and you know someone who works for Microsoft, you can...
Oh, yeah. As I say, I don't know someone that works for Microsoft. I know someone at Intel, but I do know a Microsoft person, which is really nice. I appreciate both of them very much.
Because I remember you posted up some of those student deals / family deals that were just ridiculous.
Yeah, everything was basically half off or more.
No budget come to any help. My girlfriend's mom's laptop is doing an automatically repair for her hard drive, but it won't pass 46%. Turn it off and back on again. You can skip that. You can skip that. I think it says press any key, and then you want to replace her hard drive ASAP. That's the quickest.
Isn't automatic repair different than a scan? Because there's one where it gets scanned because it thinks there's a problem, and then there's one where it doesn't even boot up and it tries to repair itself because it can't get in there. I mean, the internals of the hard drive is so complex.
Yeah.
Try to salvage what you can by using it as like what I found helps when like you can't get a hard drive to boot into Windows anymore. Use one of those cases that you usually put in the free mail and rebate deals. So that it works as an external hard drive, then you can just go in and drag and drop files that you need to back up.
I just realized I haven't been even changing this page. Tech by Matt, did you see that?
Yep, there you go. Chiming in. OEM means you're building the computer cell. Yeah. So it usually goes to businesses. So I wonder how Microsoft feels about people selling it through Craigslist. Like if you put OEM onto a system. And like, do they not care? Like, do you just disclose that you're not giving any tech support?
You're building a computer to sell, and you provide tech support, not Microsoft. Well, I mean, it's kind of implied when you're selling it yourself that you're gonna be the one that they call. I'm always really open about that too, because sometimes I do sell it kind of like not a premium, but it's like you could technically buy this for cheaper, but you know, like here's my number and everything. Like call me anytime. Mm-hmm. And I've never had someone call, so it's like I don't know. So the whole point is that they're not supposed to call Microsoft. So Microsoft is basically saying,
that's why they shut you out.
Yeah, there you go. Which makes sense. I think that's fair. I mean, especially if you're getting a discount. It's like with Apple, you can get Apple Care or not, but you're going to be paying more if you get Apple Care on your product. I think like you can buy the package with your phone or whatever. I don't know. I think that's fair. What do you think?
Well, I think Microsoft sometimes helps you out regardless. So, I mean, it's fair, but I think if you call enough times, they will help you out if you have a problem with your OEM key.
Oh, yeah,
From what I've read, like people have said their keys have had problems in transferring and stuff, and Microsoft has helped them out.
I guess I'll go back to another quick tech deal, but we should probably wrap it up soon. R9 280X for $100.
Oh, that's a decent deal.
Yeah, it doesn't sound bad.
If you can talk it down, especially 280X. That I'm trying to think of where that falls in line with the 1050 Ti. Slightly behind it, maybe. It's in the ballpark, and for $100, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, stream quality dropped a little bit for you. That's a sign. That's your girlfriend DDoSing your computer.
Shit, my girlfriend said that your wife called her and said that we need to get off stream.
Oh my goodness. Yes, thank you for spamming the Discord link in chat, guys. Check us out on Discord. We are there pretty much every day, a couple minutes a day at least, a couple minutes here and there during our day. I usually check in about early morning and lunch, and then towards the weekend I'm on, and when I'm editing I'm usually on 24/7. Let's just check out the stream. 90 people watching. Guys, this is insane. Thanks for showing up. We're an hour and 45-ish in. Let's just, we could probably end it at this right here. Yeah, I think we covered a lot. Had a lot of fun. We'll try to do more interactive stuff as well. We're trying to read all your comments and stuff. If we skipped your tweet, don't give up. Put it in the comments or ask us again on Twitter later on, and we can get back to it. Anything you want to
add? Nope. I'm starting to zone out. It's been a long day.
Same for me, man. I am so out of it. Long day. But this is a good way to end it.
Yeah. So last few minutes, if anyone, I guess we can just focus on chat for a little bit before we sign off.
Great idea.
Do you have a folder for each of the videos you make? Like an individual folder?
Yeah, do you?
I do. Except I don't have a good naming scheme. Like, I think mine just whatever the title is. So then it's not in any. If I sort by name, it's not in any order. I have to sort by date.
This is what I got. Danny can see this. You guys can't, but I'll.
Oh, look at you! 14.2. Oh yeah, it's not on. Is it on their screen or no?
Boom. Here we go. This is my naming scheme for my videos.
Yeah. See. I'm at the point where I could spend a couple of hours, go back to rename everything, or just whatever.
Yeah. What were you saying?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just at the point where it's not worth trying to organize it. I should have been diligent from the start.
Yeah. It's fine. I mean, as long as and it's we know that we don't need all this backup archive because technically the videos themselves are archived on YouTube, but it's at the same time we're we have to keep all my B-roll. I'll never know when I'll need this B-roll.
Dude, I've pulled B-roll from a year ago, when I made that anniversary video. You will pull it up randomly.
Exactly. And then fade it out slightly.
Exactly.
Ask us questions.
75% color tint.
75% blue. Oh, that video was so good, guys. You have to watch that. We need to link that in chat before you take it down. You're leaving it up for the rest of the day, right?
I might, since that one had a little bit. If I make ones that are entertaining enough, I might actually leave it up. I've decided, because I think that's worth it for people who missed the stream and just they want to go back and watch something. Like, it was a parody, which I spent a good amount of time doing.
Yeah, it's perfect. It was so good.
Here, let me post it.
Do you all use multiple monitors? I do. Danny does. He has an ultra wide, right?
I have an ultra wide, yeah, which is my main. And for streams and stuff, I use 2 so that I get more screen real estate.
Nice. I want to see a picture of that. I use 3 at all times. It's helpful for editing. It's really good for productivity. For gaming, I mean, Surround and Infinity, I think, was cool at some point, but now I think it's kind of like gone out of style. If you do racing and flying simulators, then that's a little different, but...
Yeah. Did you ever actually play on Infinity? That's why I got the 6870 for the Infinity, because it was one of the earlier cards that had it.
I used to play Rocket League in Infinity, and it was really random, but I decided that if I ever wanted to go competitive, that it would be an unfair advantage to have that many screens, and if I was stuck on a single screen, I'd be limited, so I turned it off, because I could actually see cars before anyone else could see them.
Wait, why would you care about the competitive advantage when it's something that's allowed?
Because if I were if I was to go to a friend's house and he only gave me one monitor, then all of a sudden I would have gimped myself.
Oh, I see. So that's what you meant. I thought you meant like you didn't want to just be better to rank up and stuff, but you don't want to have to like play with different setups. Gotcha.
Wow, you moderated that really quick. I didn't even see what happened.
He kept spamming. No, I put him in timeout. I didn't delete it. What?
It's deleted.
I put him in timeout. That's very odd.
Good call.
But I answered his question.
Okay, PS2. Oh, are you opening up Final Sparking like the main part? Okay, gotcha. It turned off all of his messages because he was on timeout. Oh, I can click view. What happens if a laptop RAM breaks? What should I do? Okay, gotcha.
You open it up. You find out which fan's broken. Hopefully, it's not the one for like your GPU, because that one's kind of fancy. Have you opened up laptop with a like fancy graphics card?
No.
It's got like a nice long copper pipe to like route the heat away and stuff. So I think like replacing fans and laptops are definitely another level than just like a desktop fan, which costs like what, $5 to $10.
Yeah, I was always disappointed that you couldn't custom build a laptop quite as easily as a desktop, but it makes sense. They're basically like proprietary systems from the company who manufactures them. Mm-hmm. You have to have a specific motherboard that fits perfectly, and like just everything has to work out. You can swap out some components. They usually make it easy to swap out disk drives, hard drives, and RAM, which for me, whenever I get a laptop, I instantly replace my CD drive with another hard drive. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, that's a good question, though. If you're trying to mess with the laptop. There would be a manual somewhere. Someone asked, Aiden G asked, PS2, which is PlanetSide 2 on a i3 6100 and a GTX 1050 Ti. So I've played PlanetSide 2. You can play it, but you're not going to be able to play an Ultra. I can tell you that right now. Like, I want to see a system that can play PlanetSide 2 on Ultra and not have issues, because it's an open world game.
You think so?
Well, because it's an open world game, so like, it might have been bottlenecked. I haven't played it since I had my 6300 and I had my 1060. And when I played PlanetSide, I could play any other game on Ultra, but when I played PlanetSide, when I would get to the big open world areas, I would have some issues. And it was usually due to either not being able to... It would go back and forth, it seemed, from my CPU to my GPU. Sometimes it was because of all the filtering that was going on, and sometimes it seemed like it was because the world was just really big. And I had to load a lot of graphics. So.
Yeah, it has a whole bunch of like particle effects and like then the screen vibration. If you leave that setting on, yeah, that game it's beautiful, even for being what 2011, 2012 ish.
Let's see.
But I like that game so much, but it's so hard to play. Yeah, 2012.
Wow, 2012. Yeah, it does look really nice. All right. I think it's probably time.
Yeah, I think it's time.
All right. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for tuning in and for staying. We had a really good audience and awesome questions, awesome interaction. if you want to come back and comment on the video after it goes live, do that. It'd be fun to come back and see you guys spam on your keyboard, stuff like that. But don't spam in the comments. YouTube will flag it. Yeah, tell us what GPUs you guys had and list them in order, and then ask any other questions. Probably don't want to be listing Craigslist links in the description or in the comments. You're probably going to want to do that on Twitter. So ask us questions on Twitter. Yeah, but that's everything I got.
Ditto. Like the Pokemon. No. Yeah, thanks for coming up to watch. Like, it's weird, because I actually had a small fear that after we did this for long enough, people would get bored and not want to come hang out. But you guys have been here. You guys have been watching. The viewer count has been stable throughout the streams. You guys are blowing up the chat, so thank you. And, you're encouraging us to do a better job each time and to have more fun with it.
Yeah, and this one was fun. It's been more and more fun as we do it, and we're looking forward to, who knows, maybe have some guests on the show, and hashtag Wendell. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but anything else, Danny?
No, that's it.
Oh, and in case you didn't know, I'm Lee from comptv.